Guess what? The government in Austin's going to sell you out, and your local government is already selling you out, and they're shaking your hand and giving you hugs and calling you their friends. I want to keep these dumbass politicians as far away from me as I can, because when they open their mouth, they're lying. I'm going to tell you right now. Okay, look, we used to be able to go up there to the DPS and get a CDL driver's license. I went up there and I took I went up there and got it was free book to study the skills test, whatever. Hey, all right. Then I went to take the test, and it cost me about $35 to take the test. Then I got my permit, my CDL permit. Okay. But since 2002, and then after that, you just practice with your permit, right? You practice with your permit, and you could have a lifetime career in that business, just trucking. You get your permit, then you schedule an appointment when you're ready to take the skills test, the driving test. And it's like $125, $135. So basically you're spending about $200 maximum to get a CDL in Texas. And that's how it was until 2002. And why do you think that they did that in 2002? In 2002, they decided that everyone who's going to go get a CDL, okay, it's got to go through a training course. The training courses are about $5,500 or even more, because you got to take, it's like 10 to 18 weeks or something. It's like a really long thing. And you got to take off work and be at that class every day. So that's sunk money. That's sunk cost. That's, research costs that you're going to have to do the training. Plus, on top of it, you're paying for that training. Okay? So, and then it's it's going to cost somebody to get a CDL, between $10,000 and $15,000. That's about how much it's going to cost now. Isn't that kind of weird? It used to cost about $200 until 2022, and now it costs like 15 grand to get a CDL. Why do you think that is? One of the reasons was so many illegal immigrants coming and taking these jobs, trucking, getting caught without licenses, getting in accidents, not having been trained. Okay, they were a big deal in that. So they basically caused Austin to make these freaking laws that are going to penalize Americans. Okay, and basically they weren't even supposed to be here doing that. Now, it wasn't just them. It wasn't just the illegal immigration, but it was other things. Because as you see today, about 10% of the trucks that we have right now on the highway are self-driving. So what happened was the self-driving banks, the banks that bankrolled all the self-driving equipment, that's expensive as hell. They have to have bank loans and shit. They basically lobbied, they paid money to make the entry level to truck driving a lot more expensive. They raised the freaking bar up a lot to try to prevent Texans from getting in that industry so that it would be easier for self-driving vehicles to come in. That's basically selling out Americans in Texas, in our own state. And a lot of shit happens like that. It just happens like that. But if you're not paying attention, you're not doing nothing, and you just think about your own self, that's not American. That is not what America is. That's what I'm saying.